Hey guys, good morning. Guys, if you are able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Guys, if you are able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. Good morning, everyone. And let's begin today's session. Let me open the notes. Meanwhile, so yesterday, the last session explained you about what is JavaScript executor and how to run the JavaScript code from Selenium automation scripts, right? How to run the JavaScript code from the Selenium automation scripts. To some extent, I covered these topics. Now, let me cover more. Let me open the notes. Yesterday, I covered what is JavaScript executor and what is the predefined method of the JavaScript executor and how to run some sample JavaScript code by displaying an alert and all I explained. And then I explained about the DOM, some DOM basics like DOM predefined methods and DOM properties that we can use. These DOM statements will be used by JavaScript to locate the elements on the web pages. And I showed you how to click on an element if a normal click method of Selenium WebDriver is not working, how to perform click using JavaScript executor I covered. Now the next thing is flashing an element to highlight by making it blink or something, okay? You want to make a particular element while you are automating something, you want to flash an element, okay, to highlight by making it blink. So this is what we can do. So let me run this JavaScript code and try to flash the elements while the script execution is going on. Fine. For that, I'll just switch to Eclipse IDE. And here, I'll expand this project. And I'll write down here JavaScript executor demo. And right click here, create a new class. I'll just name this class as. I'll right click on the package and select a new class. Here I'll give the name the class as flashing demo. With main method I'll create. Okay, then just give me a second. Let it load. So here we have to flash an element by changing its style property, right? We can flash an element, guys. How to do that? I'm going to demonstrate now. Yeah. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then driver dot manage dot driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get then give this application URL. That you want to automate. Let's go with this omaya.blogspot.com application URL. My other application is not working, it seems. I have to get it worked. See, it's still not working. Yeah, we can go to any other application apart from this also. We'll go with the somai.blogspot.com only. Provide the application URL here. After that, I want to flash this element, flash some elements and see how to flash that elements. By running some JavaScript code, I have to flash the elements to highlight by making it blink, okay? To highlight the elements by making them blink. Fine, let's see that. Here, first element I would like to take is this text area field. I'll inspect this text area field. I'll create a web element for that. Copy this and simply write down driver dot find element by dot id, provide the id locator, put a semicolon here. This is nothing but text area field element. Text area field element is equal to create a web element. Now run the JavaScript code. Now run the JavaScript code to highlight this just flash kind of thing, highlighting or flashing kind of stuff you want to do. For that, run some JavaScript code here. Driver, typecast this driver with JavaScript executor. JavaScript executor. And JSE is equal to. Over the mouse on this and say create local variable. Now Control Shift O. Then write down JSE dot execute script. JSE dot execute script. And here give this element that you want to highlight and flash the element. Here give arguments of 0 dot style dot. What was that property that we have to give here, guys? To flash the element, we have to give style dot background. Okay, background, that is green. Style dot background is equal to, let's say, some green or yellow. You can give whatever it may be. Yellow, let's say. Yellow looks good for me. Then after that you immediately say java.execute script arguments of 0. Let's see what is happening first of all, whether we are able to flash this text area field or not. Let's try this out. Style dot background is equal to style dot background is equal to default color. Okay. You don't have to give anything there. Simply write like this. Okay. You don't have to give any particular specific background color here. That's the default color automatically. And here text area field you write down and put a semicolon here. Now let's run the code and see what is happening on the screen. Okay. Is it flashing the element or not? Okay. Just by changing the, okay, there is some error here. Style dot background. Yeah. Text area field element. I'll just save this. I'll just close this and open that again. This extra thing is there. Save this. Now run the code. Right click, run as Java application. Let's see what is happening, whether it is able to highlight the element or not using the JavaScript code. It should flash with yellow color, yellow background, and remove the yellow background color. Just observe the text area field, guys. Observe the text area field, whether it is getting flashed or not once the page loads. Just focus on the text area field. I didn't see much. Right? Okay, then what I can do here. Earlier I tried this, I think so. as default. I don't think that we have to give like that. Yellow and let's try this outside. Maybe that was fast or something. I'll just give some thread dot sleep here. Thread dot sleep for let's say some seconds, 1000 milliseconds. Over the mouse and ignore the exception. Let's run this code again. Yeah, it's flashing, guys. It's flashing, but the problem was that while it was flashing, I didn't give some time. I'll just give 500 seconds. That will be more than enough. Whatever the element you are trying to perform the operation, you call this JavaScript code. I'll show you how to do that. Just give me a second first. Let it work for properly. It's actually flashing, but you should not give so much of time for flashing. Actually, just observe the text area field. The yellow color background should come and go. Okay, that is what is flashing means. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's separate this. Let's move this into a 3D another method, reusable method, public static void, flash element, flash element. Whenever you want to flash, you just need to call this particular method containing this code. Okay, for all the elements, you can do this. So here I have to pass Chrome driver, and comma. That is web element I have to pass, web element, whatever the web element where you have to flash it, that is exterior field element, you pass it. Okay, that's it. And ignore this exception. Whenever you want to flash any element, you can do this. And simply, I would like to flash this, for example. Then what I have to do, I have to call this method flash element, have to pass the driver, comma, text area field I have to provide. And then I'll say text area field dot send keys. I'll enter my name into the text area field. Okay. Yeah. Then next one. Next thing is let's try this out. Search box field. Inspect the search box field. We'll try for multiple elements so that we can find out what is happening. Then, yeah, we'll select this drop down field. Otherwise, our multi selection box, this search box field. And that is also not a local browser. Just go here. And here, apart from the text area field, I would like to inspect this one. Then, yeah, it's better to scroll to that particular element and then, yeah, I'll do that. Before flashing, I would like to scroll the page to that particular element. That's correct. Java.execute script. So here again, the same text area field element. So here I'll say element, guys, otherwise not text area field element I'll say, and give the element here, whatever the web element. Okay, so here I'll give the element and say arguments of 0 dot scroll into view. Like this, I'll give this. Whatever the elements, it will scroll to that particular element, then flash it. Okay, it's better to scroll and then perform the operation. The next thing is that I would like to highlight, highlight this element that is this search box field. It has a name locator. Copy this name locator. Copy this and write down the code here. Driver dot find element by dot name locator. Provide the name locator. Let's click on this and say this is search field Then I have to flash the element. So I'll just write flash element and say driver, comma, search field. You just pass the driver, comma, search field and say search field dot send keys. Again, I'll give my name there, Arun. And then what is the next one? After entering this, I would like to select this mail radio button. So there is an ID. Copy this ID for the radio one is mail. So driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of that radio field. And then mail radio is equal to for the mouse create and simply say flash element of driver comma mail radio. Put a semicolon here. Then mail radio dot send keys. Sorry, not send keys, dot click, I'll say. Radio button, right? I have to select the radio button. I'll try that for few elements. And this checkbox field, blue checkbox field, I would like to select. Checkbox 2 is there here. Copy this. Driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of the checkbox field. And say blue checkbox. Okay, blue checkbox element over the mouse, create, and then write down flash element here, driver comma blue checkbox. Like that for multiple elements, I'm flashing the element and performing some operation on the elements, guys. So dot click. Now run the code and see how the script is working. Is that flashing is happening or not for all these elements that I'm performing the operation or not? Let's see. First text area field, it will flash. Yeah, it has entered. Then text radio button. You see, it was a bit fast actually. Flashing is a bit fast. I don't know. We can increase that to 1,001 second actually, but that is more I feel. But let's try this out with 1,000 milliseconds. There is 1 second. Let the page load. Yeah, that's highlighting. Okay, there is a problem here. For radio button checkbox field, flashing is not happening properly. Mail radio I'm passing flash element. Background is not coming for the radio buttons, it seems. So we can do few more things. That is apart from this background, right? We can do few more things here. Style dot border red. Let's see what will happen. In this case, right click, run as Java application. Red border is not coming. Still red border is not coming. Yeah. For few elements, background is not working. So we have to change the border color. So what is that? Just give me a second. Here I'll write DOM JavaScript style object properties. So fine background color. I have given the background color, right? Okay. Click on this style dot background color. Here I gave something like background. Here I'm saying background color. Let's see any difference. Let's run the script and see. Page is loading. Okay. For radio buttons and checkbox field, nothing is happening. Development we are passing properly only, right? Yeah. Fine. Then we'll change other stuff. It's not about background color. So border color. Instead of border, we'll say border color. Right. Save this, run this code again. See whether we are getting border color this time after the page loads. Yeah, some red color border color is coming. For radio buttons and checkbox, it's not getting applied somehow. See, web element, mail radio button, driver dot find element, driver, mail radio button, and it should come here. Here element, scroll into view. Hello. Okay. I'll intentionally give something like this. Okay, Migora has pasted something. Yeah, we can flash it multiple times, right? Yes, right. Color, hello, style dot background color, element. That's correct. Yes, we can do that. 1 minute. For int I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. Here for flashing, I'll give just 100, let's say. This is what exactly is flashing, guys. Okay, we have to repeat it multiple times. I'll run the script again. Let's see what will happen this time. Yeah, it's flashed like that. So it's flashing there for multiple times. For radio buttons, nothing is happening. Checkbox is also nothing is happening, but for other elements, it's flashing. But this is we can reduce this to 50, maybe. Right click, done as Java application. Should not give so much of time for flashing. We have to get to some state where flashing should be completed very fast. With 50, what is happening? Let's see. Still, it is more. Maybe I have to reduce number of iterations. That's it. For radio buttons and checkbox fields, no flashing is happening. No styling is being applied. That's okay. So here I'll reduce this to 3 times. That is enough, I feel. Let's run this. Right click, run as Java application again. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just find it out. Why I am unable to flash for radio buttons and checkbox fields using JavaScript in Selenium Java. Okay. Yeah, this is better way to flash, it seems. Arguments of 0.style.border is equal to. I'll give this part. Okay, then copy this and paste this here. Have to remove this. So I have to remove this. Border is equal to. Yeah. Let's see what will happen. X 2px solid red. Here nothing. Element, right click, run as Java application. Let's see what will happen this time. We have to remove the border also, guys, after that is done. So we have to change the style border for flashing purpose. Okay. For radio buttons and checkbox fields, I'm not getting, but other fields I'm getting, it seems. For example, if I inspect one more field, let's see. Okay, so trouble selecting. I know. It's working for the other elements, guys, but it's not flashing the radio buttons and checkbox fields. Okay. Question here. Yeah, this should be background color. Then it seems like you're attempting to highlight an element. However, there are a couple of issues. You're trying to use variable element without defining it. Make sure you have the correct web element assigned to element. That's okay. Then next thing is background and border instead of border. Background and border color. Okay. Did I use border color? Border color. Border color. Okay, then correct version of your code. Again, they are saying border color. Okay, fine. Okay, let's run this and see. This may be required during Selenium automation, guys. You may get a requirement from the client, right? Whatever the automation that is going on, you have to flash the elements before performing the operations to see what exactly is happening on the screen. So Watercolor is not coming anyhow this time. I don't know what is happening there, but that's okay. Fine. So border is coming, but border color is not coming. Border only is working. Okay, as per my view, border is working, border color is not working. Anyhow, we are able to flash some elements like that's fine. For radio buttons, checkbox fields, you can remove and experiment later. Yeah, border is timing. Yeah. Okay, that's okay. Few elements may not be located, maybe. Flashing may not happen for some elements, that's okay. But this is what is the thing, guys. This is what is the thing. This is what is actual JavaScript code you have to write. So we'll have some pending item here. How to flash radio buttons or checkbox fields using JavaScript. We'll just copy paste this code. So that is pending. I'll do some R&D on this. You also can do R&D on this. And if you find any solution, let me know, guys. Okay. Fine. So anyhow, we are able to flash some elements. That's fine. For as part of JavaScript, that is fine. How to flash the elements is fine. Then next part, we'll go for the next item. Drawing a border around the elements. Yeah, this is the one, right, that we have seen border. Just now we have seen that border. Okay, that is also done. As part of flashing, we have done that. Border 2px or 3px, whatever. Solid red color style border. For as part of highlight the failed thing on the screenshot. If you want to take a screenshot and before taking the screenshot, you want to highlight that and take the screenshot, and after screenshot taken, you can, you can remove the border. For that reasons, you can use this. So we'll see highlight and take the screenshots. If you want to highlight and take the screenshots, you can do that. Highlight and take screenshots demo. For example, if a particular thing is failing and you want to take a screenshot for that, okay. So don't worry whether it is failing or not. Assume that something is failing and you are trying to take a screenshot. You can do this code. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then I'll write down Control Shift O. Then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get. Give the application URL of any application that you want to automate. I'll give this application URL. Then so yeah, I want to highlight and take the screenshot of this while the text area field is highlighted. I want to take the screenshot of this page. Okay, after the text area field got highlighted, I want to take the screenshot. Let's say I'll inspect this text area field. There is an ID for that. There will be an ID locator for that because I am using this for a long time. Copy this and say create driver.find element by dot ID, provide the ID locator. And here say text area field, I would like to take the screenshot after highlighting the text area field. Assume that there is some problem in the text area field. I would like to take a screenshot. Assume that there's some defect or some problem is there with the text area field. I would like to take the screenshot of the text area field. So that what I will do is I'll create another method here, public static void highlight and take screenshot. Okay, like that you can give any name for this method. And here you pass Chrome driver, comma, okay, web element, and element usage. That's it. And these are the things that are required. Whenever you want to highlight the elements and take the screenshot, right, you call this method. Just pass, driver, comma, this text area field for which you want to highlight and take the screenshot. Okay. So now here you need to write the code. First thing is that we need to run the JavaScript code. Take the driver here. Simply write down JavaScript executor JSC is equal to over the mouse create local variable. Control Shift O. Control Shift O. Okay, done. JSC dot execute. JSC dot execute script of arguments of 0 dot border is equal to 3px solid red color, and here I'll give web element. Okay, once you give the web element, that's done. And after that, after highlighting this particular border red color border red, I would like to take a screenshot. How to take the screenshot now? After highlighting this, I would like to take a screenshot. How to take the screenshot? Again, say driver. Take screenshot. Dot get screenshot as method. File output type dot file. Now src is equal to over the mouse create here file. Control Shift O. Change it to take screenshot. Sorry, that is take screenshot actually over the mouse. Import this text screenshot from Selenium library and simply file handler dot copy this src to a new location, new file of give that location where you want to save that. Under this project, under the screenshots folder, single forward slash or double backward slash, anything will work here. Double backward slash I'll give dot something like every time I would like to take the screenshot here. So ta.png, I'll just take the screenshot like this. Over the mouse, ignore the exception or surround with try catch block, that is fine. Whenever you get a chance, you surround with try catch block in real time. Okay, if any problem with the screenshot, it will give the exception. Okay, and continue the script. So let's see. And after that, you can remove this border. After taking the screenshot, you can remove the border here. That is, you can just remove this border. That's how we can take the screenshot. Okay, let's run this code and see whether this is working fine or not. Right click, run as. I'll just say driver dot quit. Let the browser quit. Before right, how many screenshots? A lot of screenshots are there. I'm going to delete all the screenshots, guys. These are not required. Right click, delete. Okay. So now no screenshots are there. I'll run the script here. Whether the screenshot is being taken or not, when the text area field is in highlighted state, the red color border color thing is there, with that screenshot should be taken. That's our requirement. Just observe the text area field. It will be very fast. Hope you have not seen that, but refresh the page here. Refresh and see the screenshot here. Okay. I don't see any highlightation going on. Has not taken the screenshot by highlighting. Arguments of 0 dot border is equal to 3px solid red element. And I was trying to take the screenshot, but the screenshot has been taken, but the screenshot is not taken in that perspective. So I'll do one more thing. JSC.execute script here. I'll say arguments dot scroll into view. I'll just say dot scroll into view. If it is not border, then border color. I think in the last example, it has worked out for us, right? What was that we have given in the last example? Border is equal to 2px red, okay? Style dot color only. Here also border. Just running this code again. No, no border color. Just take these two elements again. Let's see what will happen this time. And I'll give some 1,000 seconds, and here I'll give remove the yellow color and remove this border also. Now run this code. Let's see whether the screenshot will be taken or not. Okay, now border is coming somehow. The screenshot has been taken with the border, but so what's going wrong? I didn't understand basically. I don't want the background color. I'll remove the background color here. Only this part I'll put. And here, just want with the border. Seconds. I'll delete this file. Right click, delete. Red color border has come, and it would have taken the screenshot also. Right click here and refresh and open the screenshot and see whether the screenshot has been taken or not. Yes, screenshot has been taken. Okay. Fine. Maybe we are okay. What if I go back here and comment this out where scroll into view? I'm just removing that and see what is happening. Right click, run as Java application. Text area field should flash. Type the text. No, radio button checkbox will nothing is happening. Okay, finding the container element around the radio button or checkbox will inspect this one of the things. div widget, h2, radio buttons. I don't think, okay. Cannot do that actually in this case. That's okay. Let's leave the radio buttons checkbox. We'll see that later. But anyhow, we got the solutions, right? That's enough. So we'll try, especially for radio buttons and checkbox fields, you can do some R&D on that. We are able to take the screenshot here. We're able to take the screenshot, okay, of the text area field. That's okay. Then highlighting and taking screenshot is done. Then we'll go to the next one. We are focusing on more on the JavaScript executor, guys. Okay. Drawing a border around the element and taking the screenshot. Title of the page. How to retrieve the title of the page. Okay. Normal Selenium automation. How do we get the title of the page? And using JavaScript executor, how do we get the title of the page? Get title. Get title demo. Run this code. Here write down Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then write down Control Shift O. Then write down driver dot manage dot window dot maximize and driver dot get provide the application URL. Provide the application URL to get the title of the page. Generally, how do we get the title of the page using Selenium automation? Driver dot get title command will use, and this get title command will return you the title of the page. Page title. Page title is equal to. Now here I'll write down system.out.println. Page title, you will print it out, right? Using this get title command, we can get the title of the page. After that, you can quit the browser. Driver.quit in output console, you'll get the title of the page printed. Now run the code. Right click run as Java application and observe that. You will see that the title of the page will get retrieved and printed using the normal Selenium WebDriver command. First of all, I am showing you the predefined Selenium WebDriver command to get the title of the page. You see, we got the title of the page retrieved and printed. If I don't want to use this, okay, generally this is enough, guys. It will work anyhow. There's no need of going for JavaScript executor, but I would like to show you the JavaScript executor way also. How to get the title of the page using JavaScript executor. We generally go for JavaScript executor when normal way is not working, but that will not happen in real time. Most of the cases, get title will work perfectly and will get the title of the page. So how to use the JavaScript executor driver? Type as a driver with JavaScript executor, Java script executor, JSC is equal to, then hover the mouse on this and say create local variable, and then simply write down Control Shift O, and then JSC dot execute script, JSC dot execute script, and here I want to get the title of the page. For that, I will write the JavaScript code, that is document dot. If you remember, yesterday I covered these things, right? Yesterday evening I covered these things, right? Clear the console and we have to write document dot title. There's something like title. If you run this code, it will get you the title of the page. Okay. So I'll do the same thing. DOM statement I would write document dot title. And here I need to get this title outright. So for that, I have write the JavaScript code. There is a return keyword in JavaScript code which will return the title of this page. You can put a semicolon if you want. It's optional anyhow. Only one statement is there. It's optional though. Return document dot title. So here execute script method is going to return some object. I have to typecast that object to string type. I have to typecast the object to string type and then say string page title is equal to, like this I have to write the code. Okay. Now print out the title. System.out.println page title, you have to print it out. Okay. So here we have to write the JavaScript code return, and this return keyword is from JavaScript, and document.title is used by JavaScript as a DOM statement to get the title of the page. And once the title is retrieved, right, it will return that particular title. And it is the execute script method is returning in the form of object class. So I have to typecast into the string class and then store into the page title. Now run the code. This is how we have to write the code. To retrieve the title of the page using JavaScript executor, this is the way to write the code, guys. Okay. We are running some JavaScript code to get the title of the page. Instead of using the default predefined method, get title command of Selenium WebDriver. This is another way of getting the title of the page. You see, still I'm able to get the title of the page. So why we have to learn this? We don't use in real time, but in interviews, they may ask you, what are the different ways of retrieving the title of the page? Or they may ask you how to retrieve the title of the page using JavaScript executor. Is everyone clear? Any doubts here? Guys, any doubts in this? Any doubts in this? Clear, fine, okay. So this is how we can get the title of the page. If anyone have any doubts, you can ask me, guys. There's no problem. I'll explain. Similarly, we can get the URL of the page, guys. How to get the URL of the page? Here I'll write down one more class, that is get URL demo. With main method I'll create. I'll write the code, that is Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Put a semicolon here. Control Shift O, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get, give the application URL. Use the application URL. Yeah, paste it. Then after that, you have to get the URL of the page. How to get the URL of the page using Selenium WebDriver? Get current URL is the command, right? In Selenium WebDriver, we have a default command known as get current URL, using which can get the URL of the page URL. I'll print the page URL here, system.out.println. System.out.println. These are very simple scripts. Nothing is there in this page URL. And simply say driver.fit here, driver.fit here, and run the code. Right click, run as Java application, run the code. You see, the URL of the page got printed here, URL of the page got printed here. But instead of using this default predefined method of the Selenium WebDriver, using JavaScript executor, whether we will be able to get the page URL or not. Okay. So for that, I'll write the JavaScript code driver. JavaScript executor JSC is equal to, over the mouse on JSC and say create local variable. Then over the mouse on this, import this JavaScript executor from Selenium library. Then say JSC dot execute script. And here we don't need any arguments. Let's remove this, put a semicolon here, provide double quotes, and here write down document dot, here the DOM statement. What is the DOM statement for getting the URL of the page? Document dot URL, press enter. Okay, I think I have to give in capital letters, document dot URL. Yeah, now you are getting the URL, capital letter you give, you'll get the URL. Same thing I'll write. Here I'll simply add document dot URL, and before the URL, I'll write return statement from JavaScript, so that this particular method, once this JavaScript code is executed, it will return the URL back, but it will return in the object class type. I have to convert it into string class type. So here string page URL is equal to, and print that out, system.out.println page URL, you print it out. Okay, now run the code and see whether the URL is getting printed using the JavaScript executor instead of using the predefined method of the Selenium WebDriver, that is get current URL. You can also use the JavaScript way. So in interviews, they may ask you, but in real time, we don't use. In interviews, they may ask you to write the code for retrieving the current page URL using the JavaScript executor by running the JavaScript code. Okay, everyone clear with this? Type C in the chat box if it is clear for you how to retrieve the URL. If it is clear, just type C in the chat box.
Around here in the JavaScript executor, we are surrounded with parentheses. Is it like a syntax? We are typecasting, correct?
This one I'll cover in the next topic. Why we have to do like this, right? That is a question, right? Why we are typecasting this and all.
Yeah.
So we have another topic known as WebDriver hierarchy, kind of some topic is there.
Okay.
In that topic, it will be clear for you. Okay, why we have to do all the stuff will be clear for you.
Okay.
Just give me a second. Where did I put all these notes? Yeah, here. This is the topic. Okay. So not only this not only you are doing this for JavaScript executor, guys, but also for taking the screenshots also you did the same thing. If you see that, right? Before driver you have written take screenshot, right? You have did that. Okay, why we have to do that? Why we have to typecast and all those stuff? Okay, that I'll be covering it in this particular topic in detail. Okay, why we have to do all this kind of stuff, I'll cover this year. Because the main high level, if you want me to explain, means the main thing is that the driver by default, this driver of this Chrome driver or whatever it is doesn't have this doesn't have the execute script method. We have to typecast that to, we have to convert that to JavaScript executor, and then get the things. How it will be done and all we'll explore in detail. It will be confusing here if I explain that. So let's dig deep there. Okay, during the case of WebDriver hierarchy topic, I'll cover that. Okay, just wait for some time. Once the WebDriver hierarchy comes, we'll explain that. Okay, why we have to do all this stuff will be explained in the WebDriver hierarchy topic. For now, just blindly go with this and how to run the script for now. Okay, any other questions or doubts, guys?
Hi, Aaron.
Yes, Nigora, tell me.
Could you please go to Eclipse?
Yes, please.
If we write after execute script, after parentheses dot to string, like
Here,
a GCP execute script dot to string, on that time we don't have to
typecast it.
typecast. Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have to write like this and say dot.
No, not this, not here. After parentheses. Yes.
Okay.
Dot to string, yeah.
Yeah, fine. That is also fine. If it is working means it's returning you an object class. That object you are converting into string, right? The return type of this is object class. That object class to string you are calling that using that object class. Object reference of the object class you are calling the toString method, so it will be converting this. Let's see whether it is working or not. Yeah, any of the things you follow, either typecast here or use toString method. Yeah, thanks Nigora for that. Adding few more things. Let's see whether it is working or not. Yeah, it is also working. Either you can do the typecasting here or you can put toString here. Okay, both are fine. Yeah, fine then. We'll go on to the next topic, entering text into the fields. Entering text into the fields. How to enter the text into the fields using JavaScript executor. So normal way also we have a command in Selenium WebDriver. What is the command, guys, in Selenium WebDriver for entering text into the fields? Entering text into. What is the normal command for entering the text into the fields? Yes, send keys is a command, right? We'll use a normal send keys command to type the text into the fields. Okay, I'll write the code here. Chrome driver is equal to Chrome driver. Then I'll write down Control Shift O. Then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get give the application URL. Give the application URL. Control C. Paste it here and write down. After that, I would like to type the text into the text area field. Let's say text box or text area field. I would like to take this text area field. TA1 is there. Very simple, right? Driver dot find element by dot ID. ID locator of the text area field. Give the ID locator of the text area field. Put a semicolon here and simply write down text area field is equal to, over the mouse on this and say create local variables and simply write down text area field dot send keys command. Okay, I'll type my name into the text area field. Let's see whether this is happening or not. Using the Selenium WebDriver command, that is send keys command, we can do this, right? With the help of send keys command, we can type the text into the text area field or text fields, any text fields. This will work fine. This is going to work fine. Let's run the script and see whether it is working fine or not. Into the text area field, my name has to be typed. After the page loads, you see, my name got typed into the text area field. The same thing I want to do with the help of JavaScript code. I don't want to do this. I would like to not to use a send keys command. I don't want to use a send keys command. Rather, I would like to take the help of JavaScript executor driver. Here, JavaScript executor JSC is equal to, for the mouse on this, create local variable, import this JavaScript executor from Selenium library, then write down JSC dot execute script, and here give the web element into which we have to type the text. And so just say here double quotes, this argument you have to refer to that. You have to say arguments of 0 dot value. I think this is the thing that I have to do. I'll give the value as, I will set the value for the text area field as Arun Motori. Okay, let's see whether this is working or not. Right click run as Java application. Using the value property, I'm doing that. Arguments of 0 is text area field dot value. Change the value of the text area field to Arun Motori. Let's see whether that is working fine or not. Let the page load. You see, Arun Motori has been typed into the text area field. Got it, guys? Guys, is it clear how to type the text into the text area field without using the send keys command by running the JavaScript code? How to do that? Is clear? Just say dot value is equal to whatever the value that will type. Okay, if there may be some situations in real time, we may have to go with the JavaScript executor way of typing the text into the text area field. Okay, or some text fields. That is when normal send keys command of Selenium WebDriver is not working. Somehow normal send keys command using which you are unable to type some text. Very rare cases it will happen, guys, where you will come across in real time that normal send keys command is unable to type the text into the required text fields. In that case, you will use the JavaScript way of typing the text. Okay, but if the normal way is working, you don't have to go for the JavaScript executor way. You have to give the preference to the normal way only, Selenium WebDriver commands only. If the Selenium WebDriver commands are not working, then only you have to go with this kind of process. Okay, you should not be directly going with the JavaScript executor, but in interviews also they'll ask you, but whenever they ask you, you just give the answer. But in real time, don't use that until and unless the normal send keys command of the Selenium WebDriver is not working, is unable to type the text into the text area fields. Then only go for the JavaScript executor way of typing the text into the text area field using the value property. Fine. Then what else?
Here, arguments of 0 is also a kind of a syntax, right? Can we change the 0 to any other number or something?
Yes, we can change the number. When you have to change the number, I'll tell you. For example, here, if I give one more field, let's assume that I'll give one more field here. Just see what I'm trying to do. I'll just inspect this one more field, that is a text box field. It has a name locator. Copy this name locator. Then create a web element here. Driver dot find element by dot name. Provide the name locator. Put a semicolon here. Search field, search box field is equal to, for the mouse, create a web element. Now here, the search box field, I can put that as a comma here. How many arguments are there now?
2 arguments.
2 arguments. First argument has the index 0. Second argument has the index 1. If you want to change the value of the
so basically
second argument, then you can give 1. Okay. It's like, it works like an index. Okay, index of arguments.
Okay.
This time it will enter the text, that Arun Motori text not into the text area field, it will enter into the search box field. There may be some situations where you have to create multiple arguments and you have to pick the right argument. Okay. So there we'll use this. You see, this time it has not typed my name in text area field, rather it has set the value in the text box field. Now clear how to use these arguments of 0 or 1?
Yeah. So it's based on the indexes, it's entered.
Yes, these are arguments actually. Index 0 argument, index 1 argument. Okay, like that. You can have any number of arguments here. Sometimes what happens is not always web elements will be there. Sometimes some other arguments you have to give and web element may be there in another position. Okay, in that case, you have to give the proper index. Okay, that's the reason. Generally, you will not do like this in real time. Just for example, I have taken this, but in real time, you have to give more arguments, let's say. In that one of the argument is a web element, other arguments are other normal arguments. In that case, to locate the element properly, we have to give the proper index to find on which, of the element on which you have to perform the operation. That's why we have to use that in real time. Clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Then the next one is selecting a date in calendar. Already I covered this, but I'll cover it again. You want to select a date in the calendar, you can use a send keys command, or sometimes you can use a JavaScript way. I'll show you all the ways. So I'll just create, select date demo, select date demo with main method I'll create. Then here I'll write down Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize and driver dot get. Give the application URL. Where the calendar is available. Where is a calendar available, guys? There are many other, we have seen this calendar thing. We'll go to one of the thing and try to enter the calendar. I'll go to this application where we have the calendar available. Just give me a second. I'll take one of the calendar here. Yeah, this page I'll take, copy this and enter the URL here. And after going to that particular page, right here, better I'll give driver dot manage dot timeouts dot. Just for asynchronous activities, I'll give timeouts dot implicitly wait duration dot of seconds, give 10 seconds. Let's say. That's it. Great. Now save this. Now save this, guys. And here write down. I would like to click inside this so that calendar will come. Or we have to click inside and select these options and select the calendar. That is one way. Or you can use send keys command. Can I use send keys command to? You see, this is a format in which I would like to select, some other thing, like say November 25, 2024. I want to type. Let's say, okay. So driver dot. So what I will do to do that? First, I have to inspect this calendar field. Inspect the calendar field. There are multiple ways. One way of selecting the date in this calendar is, by writing the actual logic that I have covered in the previous sections, like how to navigate through the next options until this, this November 2024 will come and date will come and select that thing. Okay, now I don't want to do that. I can use the send keys command for this to select the date in the calendar. This we should not do actually. So these are the last options. If the calendar options are not working, then only we generally go with the send keys command. Okay. You have to click on the date field, and by using these options only, by changing these options only, you have to select the date and all the things. Okay. Visually we have to do. Okay. Visually we have to do that. But there may be some situations where this calendar may not be interactable. In that case, we can type the text. Okay. Type the date, month and year in this required format into the text field. Okay. So assume that the calendar is not interactable in this example, and I would like to do that. So I'll inspect the calendar field, and here ID is there. Copy this ID. So if the calendar is not interactable, generally I'll go like this: driver dot find element by dot ID. I'll simply say calendar text field. Calendar text field is equal to, over the mouse, create local variable, and simply say that calendar text field dot send keys. And here write down. So what is the date that I want to type? For example, this. I'll like to go to any other year. June 17, 2026. I'll give. Okay. Double quotes. Give that June 17 and see whether this is working fine or not. Instead of selecting the options from the calendar and selecting the date and all, can we enter the calendar like this? Okay. Enter the date into the calendar field like this. It may work for some calendars. It will work, guys. Okay. For some calendars, it will work. Yeah, you see, but we should not be clicking on that. Looks like we have clicked on that, or I didn't click right, but it's coming like this. Okay. When I enter only, I'm coming this. I have to click somewhere else here. Let me run it again and see what is happening. Yeah. Calendar is opening up, but the text is getting typed. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take this calendar handle. Inspect this one of the element, that is h1 tag. I'll simply say, after entering this, right, I'll simply say driver dot driver.find element by dot tag name and give the h1 tag. Okay. Heading element over the mouse on this, create local variable, simply write down heading element dot click. Okay. The calendar will close when you click on any other element surrounding it. The calendar is kept open. I don't want the calendar to be kept open after typing the text into the calendar text field. Okay, I want the calendar to close. That's the reason I'm clicking somewhere else. Enter, and you see, okay, it clicked on something also, guys. Okay, I don't know where it went. Yeah, it's clicking on this heading, guys. Okay, this heading it's clicking. It's not clicking on handle. I'll do one thing. I'll just want to not click on Selenium practice. I want to click on handle. So for that reasons, I'll say heading. There are multiple heading, it seems. I'll write the XPath expression. Don't worry. I'll inspect this. Copy this. So here I'll write down by.xpath, provide the XPath expression and say h1 text is equal to calendar handle. Or if you say contains also, you can write contains text is equal to, you can remove the spaces if you want. Leading and trailing spaces you can remove. Then it will work. And here I have to close the circular bracket and then close the square bracket. I think so. I think this should work. Run this code, right click, run as Java application. Yeah, we can also do that, Nigora. Send keys dot enter also we can do. Right, correct. We'll also try that. First, we'll try this and see whether the calendar is going off. Maybe there is an XPath expression locator problem. JavaScript exception, unable to locate an element with /h1 contains text is equal to text comma you have to say. Okay. Run this. Let me go with this process. Nigora has given another solution. We can do that also. That's even more better. Whatever Nigora has given is even more better. You don't have to find any other element for that. Yeah, it's working here. It's working. And apart from this, we can also say, instead of writing this 2 lines, we can also say calendar text fields dot send keys of keys dot enter. Okay. Keys dot enter you can write and run this code. Okay. It will press the enter key and the calendar will close. Inside the calendar text field, it will press the enter key and press and release the enter key. That also may work. Yeah, it's working. The send case solution given by Nigora is also working. But what if I don't want to do all this stuff? And I want even more better way where anyhow I am typing that is not realistic. What if I use JavaScript executor and then change the value? That will be even more better, right? I'll try to do that. Driver JavaScript executor JSE is equal to over the mouse, create local variable, then write down Control-Shift-O, then JSE dot execute script, and write down here the calendar text field. Into the calendar text field, I'll simply want to change the value. I'll simply write down what I have to write here, arguments of 0 dot value is equal to, give that value that you want to enter as the date. Give that value here and run the code. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. Just these 2 lines are enough. Here you don't have to write this many lines. It's very easy to write in JavaScript compared to the Selenium WebDriver. So we may give the preference to the JavaScript executor. In this case, if the normal calendar options unable to select using the UI, right? You can go with the JavaScript executor, which is even more better. You see, it's being done. These are the multiple ways, guys. Either you can use a normal way of selecting the controls on the calendar and select the particular date, month, year, or you can use the send keys command. For send keys command, extra send keys dot enter or this kind of operations need to be done. But JavaScript executor, that is no problem is there. Directly you can enter the text like this by changing the value internally. Okay. So these are the ways, guys. So if something is not working, you have some alternatives here in the calendars. It's very useful. The JavaScript executor is very useful in calendar sometimes. If nothing is working out, we go with the JavaScript executor. So we generally use it in real time. Okay. So it's better you remember this thing. Okay. Just setting the value of the calendar field. That's it. If you try all the ways to select the date, month, and year in the calendar, it's not possible, means finally we'll go with the JavaScript executor to get the things done. Or send keys are JavaScript executor you can use. The normal ways are not working. Everyone clear with this JavaScript, this calendar thing? Everyone clear with this calendar thing? How to select the date in the calendar field is clear using the JavaScript executor. Just type C in the chat box, guys, if it is clear for everyone. Great. This one I already covered, guys. Displaying alerts during script execution I already covered, and I can cover it again if you want. And these are very simple things. These are very simple things. Are almost we are done, guys. Almost we are done. Just it will take some more time for me to complete this one. Okay. So displaying alerts during script execution. We're almost done. So just be with me. So we'll be done with this. There are a few more things that are left out that I'll cover that. Okay. There's nothing there. Important things are already completed, guys. These are some extra things that we have to see. And next topic we'll see as next topic that will go for WebDriver hierarchy. We'll take a break and come back to WebDriver hierarchy as part of the next topic. Okay. So fine. So first this JavaScript executor should be done. Then we'll go for this topic. Okay. Then yeah, displaying alerts during script execution I'm going to cover. Display alerts. Display alerts during script execution. Okay. With main method I'll create, and here I'll go to the application. Okay, here I'll write the code. Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize driver dot get. Give the application URL. After you give the application URL, I would like to do some operations on this application, guys. I would like to do some operations on this application, like I would like to enter some text into the text area field. Let's say, copy this, and here write down driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID of the text area field. Put a semicolon here, and here write down text area field. Text area field is equal to create the web element, and simply write down dot send keys. Put the semicolon here. Here write down my name. My name will be typed into the text area field. I would like to perform other operations also here after typing my name here. For example, I would like to inspect this name field. Go with the name locator and create driver dot find element by dot name. Give the name locator here. Put a semicolon here and say search box field is equal to create the web element. Then here write down search box field dot send keys. Again, give my name. Now here write down. I would like to display an alert, guys. Okay, I would like to display an alert here. How to display an alert here? How to display an alert at this point of time in my script? Test complete or something I want to print, let's say. The display as an information alert, let's say. Okay, how to display that text, that thing completed, test completed, test execution completed or something. For that, driver you take, again, JavaScript executor, JSC is equal to, for the mouse, create local variable, Control Shift O, then write down JSC dot execute script, JSC dot execute script. Here write down. Here remove all these things and write the JavaScript code here inside this in double quotes and write alert test completed. Test completed with hyphen symbol. Exclamatory mark I'll give, and here single quotes you give better. You put a semicolon if you want. JavaScript state. This is from JavaScript code, guys, okay, for displaying an alert. This is the JavaScript code for displaying an alert. You can Google it out and get this code, okay? Run the script and see whether alert is getting displayed after typing my name into the text area field and search box field, and text completed should come and display on the page. Let's wait for this. You see, after typing my name here, after I typing my name here, you see, the alert has come, okay? The alert has come saying test completed. So it may not be used that much in real time, but if there is a very rare requirement where your client want you to display an alert after some activities and all, you may implement this, okay? Again, you have to handle it to, again, you have to handle this alert to overcome the alert also, okay? But this is not that much used in real time. But if they ask in the interviews how to display an alert by running the JavaScript code in your automation script, then you should be able to answer this question, okay? So everyone clear with this? Everyone clear with this? How to display an alert during the script execution is clear? Just type C in the chat box. Just use this JavaScript code, guys. Okay, we have to run the JavaScript code like alert method. In that you pass the text, that text will be coming on, the alert will be displayed with the text being displayed. Already I covered this in the previous, in yesterday's session, but I'm covering this again as a topic as come again. The next one is page refresh. There are multiple ways of refreshing the page, guys. Okay, I'll show you using Selenium. Also, Selenium also has a command for refreshing the page. Okay, there are multiple ways of refreshing the page. I'll just show you all the ways. Okay, refreshing page, multiple ways of this will come as an interview question, guys. Generally, how to refresh the page? What are the different ways of refreshing the page in Selenium automation? That interview will come, question will come. So you have to answer like this. Okay, Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O, then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize driver dot get you the application URL. This application URL. Control Z, and here I would like to type some text into the text area field. I would like to type some text into the text area field like this. Let's say ID. I'll take the ID of the text area field and driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator and say text area field is equal to over the mouse create web element, and here text area field dot send keys of, I'll give my name here just for demo purpose. After entering my name here into the text area field, just for demo purpose, I'll add thread dot sleep here. Thread dot sleep I'll give for, let's say, some 2 seconds. 2000 milliseconds is 2 seconds. After 2 seconds, I would like to refresh the page. Once I refresh the page, right? Once I reload or refresh the page, right? This text that you have entered into the text area field will be gone anyhow. So here, how to refresh the page? Driver dot, what is the command? Navigate dot refresh. This is the general Selenium WebDriver command. Driver dot navigate dot refresh is the general Selenium WebDriver command for refreshing the page. Now run the script and see whether the refreshing is happening or not using this way. This is the first way. Using the Selenium predefined method, we can refresh the page. This is the first way. What is the other way I'm going to cover? Just wait and watch. You see, here Arun Motori text is entered. After 2 seconds, it has refreshed the page. Because of the page refreshing happened, the text has been gone. You can run, I'll run it again and see it properly, guys, this time. When you refresh the page, automatically the text you have entered into the text area field will be gone. Okay, that's what is happening. Let's focus on the automation script now. So first, after the page loads, here you see page is loading. Once the page loading stops here, you see my name has been entered. Then it is refreshing. You see, since it is refreshing, the content is gone here. Okay, refresh command has refreshed the page. Yes, correct. Refresh is the command. Okay, driver dot navigate dot refresh is the command for refreshing the page. This is one way. What is the other way? We can use actions class. To simulate the mouse and keyboard activities, we can use the actions class, or we can directly use the send keys command also. We can also use the send keys command also. What is the key that we have to press, guys? What is the key we have to press? What is the key that we have to press for refreshing the page on your keyboard? Generally, you press that key. What is the key? F5 key. Yes, right? Shortcut key is F5 for refreshing the page. We have to press that F5 key. So to refresh the F5 key, to press and release the refresh key, you can create like this. Actions is equal to new actions. Control Shift O. Then here we have to pass the driver. And after that, actions dot send keys dot F5 dot build. So here keys dot F5, over the mouse on the keys and import the keys from Selenium library. And after that, dot keys dot F5 dot perform. Perform method you have to write for actions classes, predefined methods. Okay. Now see whether the refresh is happening or not. Again, here create.sleep is still there. Okay. So refreshing is happening by pressing the F5 key on the keyboard. We are simulating the pressing of the F5 key on the keyboard to refresh the page. Instead of using the predefined method of the Selenium WebDriver, we can also do like this. Some people will refresh the P key. It's required in real time sometimes, because people will not use all the times, refresh using the mouse or something. They will use the keyboard keys. Using after type for 2 seconds, the page should get refreshed, guys. Is that not working? Is the refresh not happening? I think refresh not happening. What is the problem here, guys? It should happen. Send keys dot F5 I said, and after 2 seconds it should be able to refresh the page, but it's not happening. Okay. Let's not waste the time. Unable to refresh the page using okay, that's fine. That's okay. What if I want to refresh the page by pressing keyboard keys? This should work actually, but in my machine it may not be working. In your machine it may work, because I have a function key also with me. Maybe I have to press and hold the function key and then press. Let's try that function key. In my case, keys dot Fn. Okay, well, how to get the function key, guys? It has to press actually. It has to press it. This is the way to actually do that. Actions dot send keys dot should perform the refresh. Is not working in my machine. Yeah, I'll do with this one. That's okay. Yeah, key down, control. Okay. C, control. Control F5. The page is not loading. F1, F5. In my case, there is a function key on my keyboard, guys. Maybe that is stopping me. In my keyboard, its function key is there. How to get that function key, I don't know. Dot send keys dot F. Okay. In my keyboard, I have to select function key and F5 key to refresh. Do I have to change my automation script? Keys dot function dot key down keys dot function. Let's try that out. So here, instead of send keys, I have to press and hold the keys. Okay. So key down, keys dot function key is there. I don't think there is a function key. Keys dot function is not available. Okay, it's asking me for going for the JavaScript code. But guys, in your machine, it is working. Can anyone? Is it working in your machine, this Fi key? It's not working in your machine also. Maybe your Mac machine, right, Nigora, you will have to press another key maybe. For refresh, what you have to do in Mac machine, you have to find it out. What about other people, Windows machine? No, okay. No one has this method working. Okay, 1 minute. What are the different ways for refreshing a page using Selenium WebDriver? Driver.navigate.refresh, driver.get off, driver.get current URL. That if you get the URL also, you'll get it will refresh the page. Body element dot send keys. Fi. Okay, I'll do one thing. Instead of using the actions class, right? I'll try other way. That is text area field some elements dot send keys dot fi if I say instead of actions, I'll use keys dot fi here. Let's see whether it will work or not. Instead of using actions class send keys method, I'm using normal send keys method of web element and see whether that is working fine or not. First, it will enter my name into the text area field. After the page loads, after 2 seconds, Fi key is not working. In my case, still not working, guys. This is not working. Command R is working for you. Okay, great. But in our Windows, nothing is working. Body element. Yeah, I'll do one thing. I'll refresh the page like this. Driver dot find element by dot xpath by dot tag name. I'll give body tag. Control R. Okay, we'll try that out. Control R, right? Control R. Yeah, Control R is working, correct. There's another alternate. Fi should work actually, but why it's not working? There is a very shortcut key, but here Control R is working in Windows. We can try that out. But before that, tag name, body element is equal to create local variable. If this is not working, we'll go with that only. Body dot send keys of key dot Fi keys dot that's semicolon. Sorry, refresh. My name has been typed after 2 seconds. If the refresh happens, then that's good. Otherwise, we'll go with Control R option. Control Fi should work, guys, but if Fi is not working, you can't do anything. There are multiple ways anyhow, but this is not working. Fi is not working. So Control R is working, it looks like, because I tried Control R in my machine and it may work. New actions of driver. Maybe in interviews you have to say F5, but ultimately it's not working here. Actions dot key down, keys dot control dot send keys dot R. Yeah. Will it place R? I don't know. Okay. Send keys dot how to press R keyboard T in Selenium Java. For Control A, it's okay. We have that. Control A, we have keys dot card actually, and in the keys dot card, we'll provide keys dot and all this stuff in double quotes. Okay, keys dot card we can use. Okay, we'll try that out. Send keys dot card of char sequence double quotes. If I give R, will it take? Yeah. Then key up. I'll say keys dot control keys dot control dot build dot perform. Let's see whether this is working or not. Right click run as the application. Page is loading. It has typed my name. After 2 seconds, is it able to refresh the page or not? We have to see. No, it's not working. It's not working. This method also is not working.
Aaron,
Yes. Any other way?
just send keys are without
Here?
key short. Just send keys. Send keys and in double quote are. That's it. Yeah.
In your case, you have given like that, Vigora?
I did before.
Okay. It's not happening. This is also not working somehow. Okay. We'll try it out, don't worry. How to press Control and R keys in Selenium Java. You refresh a page. Yeah, vk.r is there. Key press, key event, vkr. That's what we have to do. It seems like Fi should work actually. This we should not go this much far, but refresh is not working using send keys. What is that one this guy has used? Yeah, send keys Fi has used, but it's not working for him. Then you can refresh in below ways. Get URL, current URL, all this we know, but we are trying using keys actually. Using one valid web element and send keys, we tried this is also not working. Maybe there's a problem with Selenium or something, we don't know. You cannot do that. Or JavaScript way is there, document.location.reload we can use, that's okay. Multiple ways are there. Here you see key event dot vk underscore r or something we have to give as per this one. Key event dot vk underscore r, okay. So let's try that out. Send keys dot vk dot any event kind of thing is there. Key event values keys dot now. Is this in Selenium automation only? Okay, I'll click on this. I'll go to the article. Key event. Instead of keys, we have to use key event actually. Okay, there is another class known as key event. Key event dot vk underscore r. Send keys is not taking this. Okay, dot send keys key event dot vk underscore a is there, underscore r. Where is the underscore r? vk underscore ABCD, FGH, IJKL, QR. Yeah, this one. Okay, but it's not taking. Huh? The method send keys in the type action not applicable for the arguments. Int change to send key syntax. What is this? Okay. Key event.vk and then string dot value of char, something we have to give, it seems like. And what's the integer value into it? Corresponding character using char, then converts into string using string dot value of, and finally sends it to send keys. What is the use of that? Pressing the R key, which trigger a refresh depending on the browser and okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Convert this into char type and pass this onto the string dot value of string dot value of let's try this out and see whether it is working or not. Simply FI key used to work, guys, but it's not working. So we have to take all these different ways. String dot value of care of, but we are learning something new. When you want to get the alphabet separately, what we have to do, we are learning anyhow. Whether it works or not doesn't matter. For 2 seconds, it has to refresh the page. I don't think refresh is happening here. It's not working. Okay, I'll try that. Nigora, whatever you have given, I'll try that out. I copy pasted the code. Control Shift O. Key down. Send keys R. Key up. Let's run this code and see whether Nigora's code is working. Nothing is working. I don't know whether the keys are being pressed or not. Okay. In Windows, it is not working. Somehow it should work actually. It's okay. It's not working. We can ignore that. Keys simulation is not happening somehow. Okay. In my machine, it's not happening. So if anyone have any clues, you can give it. Otherwise, we can ignore that. We have other ways. Generally, this one of the ways to press the keyboard keys actually. To refresh the page, we have to press the refresh key, FI key. That should get the things done, but that is not happening. You see here, clearly they have seen, right? Send key is FI key. Navigate or refresh will mostly work. If in case in interviews, they'll ask you just give this answer. Okay, in interviews, you give this answer, guys, but it may or may not work for you. But, we have to perform this actually, okay? Actions is equal to new actions. Semicolon here, hover the mouse on this and import this from Selenium library. And here we have to pass a driver actually. Pass a driver and simply say actions dot send keys of keys dot FI key. FI key dot perform, we have to say it should work actually. Okay. If this is not working, means there is a problem with something. Okay. It should work actually, but it's not working for us. Even I gave the sleep here and all those stuff, it's not still working. We can ignore that. Maybe there will be multiple ways, but the basic way is not working. So after the page loads, after 2 seconds, it's not doing anything. Fine. Just give me a second. Let's observe this after 5 seconds. Page is not reloading, right? Yeah, it's not working though. But this should be the solution, guys. This should be the solution, but it's not working. Why it is not working, we don't know. Earlier, it used to work for me. See, there already people have given the comments here. That means a lot of people are facing this problem. Refresh is not working using send keys. Okay. Already have someone posted, means it's not for us, but for most of the people it's happening. When did they post? 6 months ago. Okay, they have posted this 6 months ago. That's okay, nearby. Send keys F5 should work. If not working, that's okay. At least we have the knowledge that it has to work, but somehow it is not working. We don't know the reasons why it's not working. This command also we tried, but it's not working. Approach 1. Okay, so we'll go with other ways, guys. Let's not waste our time. So the code is correct only, but it's not working. So what is the other way? The below is not working. The below is not working. Ignore. The next way is, what is the next way? The next way is driver.get command. In that get command, we can pass the URL again. You can pass this URL again, guys. It will refresh. Automatically, it will refresh, okay? Okay, if you want to get this URL dynamically, driver.get, you can use that. Driver.get current URL also you can use. It will get the current URL and pass that to the get command. Get command will load that as part of refreshing will happen. You see, this is also another tricky way of refreshing the page. Either you can hard code the URL here or you can get the URL dynamically. Both will work. After 2 seconds, yeah, reloading is happening with the help of this command. So this is another way of reloading the page. This is another way of reloading the page, which is working fine. So what is the next one? What are the other ways we have seen? Always. Key event, VK control, VKR, key release. Robot. This is actually robot class. Okay, okay. The robot way of refreshing the page, guys. Okay, this is not using the. In fact, this is the robot way of refreshing the page. Robot is from Java actually. So let's try this out, robot way. Let's try the robot way. I was trying that, so I'll try the robot way. I'll import this robot class from Java library, java.awt. Key event also maybe from java.awt. Okay. Here robot class. Ignore the exception. Run the code and see whether this is working or not after 2 seconds. Refresh should happen. This is another way of refreshing using the robot class. Robot class is from Java library, guys. You just create an object for the robot class and using the object reference. Key press, key event, VK5, VK underscore F that we have seen, right? F5 or whatever it is. Let's see. Robot class way of refreshing the page is working or not. Let's see. After 2 seconds, using the robot class, we are refreshing the page. Okay. So this is working in the robot class. If you have to simulate the keyboard keys, okay, using robot class, we can do this. Selenium way of refreshing the F5 key is not working. That's okay. Selenium way of refreshing the key is not working, but at least robot class is working. So you can take that. Then next one, what are the other ways we have? What are the other ways we have for refreshing the page? Multiple windows got opened. Fine. Okay. By simulating the keyboard actions. Actions class. We tried this key down, key up. Shall we try this key up, key down thing once? Actions dot actions is equal to new actions driver actions dot key down. Which key? Keys dot F5 key. And similarly, instead of setting keys, I am using key up. Key up, key down, key up, I am using keys dot F5 key, up the key, and then say dot build dot perform. Let's see whether this is working or not. Key up, key down, key up. Of F5 key is working at least. If directly send keys is not working, I'm trying this key down, key up. Let's see what will happen. At least this is working means we are relieved a bit. After 2 seconds, let's see, it is working. It's not working. Somehow the keys are not working from, okay, things are not working, guys, okay? Things are not working. Fine, we can Ignore this one also. This is also not working. The below is not working. The below is not working. Ignore. Our code is right, but somehow due to some XYZ reasons that F5 key is not getting pressed in our machine. Okay. Ignore that. Okay, then what next? What are the other stuff we have? Control R. Send keys are they are using. This was also not working for us, right? This was also not perfect working for us. Using control R. These are the ways, but these are not working for us. Why they have saying A1? Dot actions dot build dot perform. Okay, run the code. This was also not working. We checked it. Control R way is another alternate. You see how many ways are there for refreshing a page. In interviews, they may ask you, but even though they are working or not, you can give all these examples. Okay, you can give all these examples to showcase your knowledge, how much knowledge you have. After 2 seconds, you should refresh the page. Some kind of refresh is happening with my mouse. You can see some icons are coming and going away, but that's not really happening. Somehow it's not working. Maybe some issue with the Selenium automation only. Okay. Actions class keys commands are not working properly. Then using methods, get method, get current URL, navigate dot refresh, navigate dot, like this also you can do, guys. Like this also you can do. The similar way you have done with driver dot get, right? You can say driver dot navigate dot to command also in that driver dot get current URL. This also will refresh. Multiple ways are there, guys. Multiple ways to refresh the page. Okay. Directly refresh command is there. Navigate dot refresh or navigate dot to of get the current URL. That also will refresh, or driver dot get of driver dot get current URL. Then hard code the URL. You can get the URL dynamically after 2 seconds. After typing the text, it has refreshed the page. You see. What else are there? Send keys. Yeah, this one we tried, but it's not working fine for us. JavaScript way. Using JavaScript way, history.go of 0. History.go of 0, you have to give in JavaScript, guys. Or you can use a location.reload. There are different ways in JavaScript way. These are the 2 ways, guys. We'll try the JavaScript way finally. But ultimate aim is to do the JavaScript only, right? So driver, JavaScript executor, JavaScript executor, JSC is equal to over the mouse, create local variable, then Control Shift O, then say JSC dot execute script. What is the first way, guys? What is the first way? What is the first way? Here we have to run some JavaScript code. The first way is the first way, history.go of 0 you have to give. Okay. History.go of, in that it gives a 0 value. So what is this history.go? You can Google search, you'll get the answer. History.go. Using history.go in JavaScript will load the current page from the cache, which is equivalent to refreshing the button or FI key. If you want to execute the JavaScript Selenium, you can do execute script method of JavaScript executor, and you can say history.go of 0. Okay, fine. Run the code and see whether that is working or not. History.go of 0 is working or not. From the Java, using the JavaScript code, we are going to refresh the page here. There's one more way, location dot some other thing. Location dot reload. After 2 seconds, you see it has refreshed the page. It has refreshed the page and text has been gone. That's okay. And other one is, instead of this one, you can use JSC dot execute script. Here, give double quotes. Put a semicolon here, and here write down location dot reload. location.reload method. We'll try this. What is location.reload here? ChatGPT, and will get you some information. Location.reload method is to reload the current web page. Yeah, similar to the whatever the same effect you will get. Right click run as Java application. This is a JavaScript code for refreshing the page. Either you can go with history.go0 or you can say location.reload. Okay, method you can call in the JavaScript code. This is all the JavaScript code. You don't have to remember them. Whenever you need, you can get it from Googling it out. You will get all this stuff. These are the multiple ways of refreshing the page, guys. After 2 seconds, it should refresh the page. Yeah, it's working. So everyone clear what is the JavaScript way of refreshing the page is clear for everyone. JavaScript way of refreshing the page is clear for everyone. That's the main focus point anyhow. Refresh the page using history.go0, or you can also use location.reload method. Clear everyone? Okay. Then we have page scrolling, guys. Then we have page scrolling. It's very important to do the page scrolling. Scroll into view, scroll to. Like that, we can use multiple ways. Scroll into view is one way, or window.scroll to is another way. Okay, we have to use any of these ways to scroll the page. We'll try all this stuff now. Already we have seen this in the previous sessions, but let me cover this as part of this session, because this session is all about JavaScript code execution in Selenium automation. Okay. So are there any default predefined methods in Selenium automation to scroll the page? Tell me first of all, are there any predefined methods in Selenium automation to scroll the page by default? The answer is no, guys. The answer is no. There are no default predefined methods in Selenium to scroll the page. Okay. Whenever you are performing the operations on elements, the Selenium will automatically scroll, but there may be some random situations that you will face where, because of you not scrolling the page, the script may fail. In that case, you have to scroll the page and perform the operations, guys. Okay. I'll show you a few examples where scrolling is not required at all in Selenium automation. Okay. So scrolling is not required really in Selenium automation, but some situations will come where the scrolling may be required. I'll show you. Right click new class, scrolling page demo with main method I'll create. And here I'll run the code, that is Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then I'll write down Control-Shift-O, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then say driver dot get, then say driver dot get command, and here give the application URL. I'll give this omaya.blogspot.com application URL. Where we can scroll the page to the end of the page. You see how much scrolling you can do in this page. Okay. So here, guys, is it really required to scroll by default? It may not be required always. You see, it may not be required always. In some cases, it is required to scroll. In some cases, it's not required to scroll actually. I'll tell you where in cases you have to scroll, where in cases you don't have to scroll. So here, when you go to the application and you want to type some text into the username field. Let me inspect this username field. Let me inspect this username field. I would like to type the text into this. So here, name user ID is there. I'll copy this user ID as a name and create a web element, driver.find element by dot name user ID name, and user ID field is equal to create the web element. In most of the cases, it's not required to scroll the page, guys. You see here, user ID field dot send keys. I'll say send keys, and I'll give the user ID as my name, Arun Motori. I'll give, and that's it. I'll run the code and see whether scrolling is really required. You just observe. Is the scrolling really required in this case? Just observe, guys. Or Selenium is automatically scrolling here to that particular user ID field. Just see that whatever is happening, you can see on the screen. Currently, the screen is on the upper section of the page. After the page loads, you see, did I scroll? Did I use any JavaScript executor to scroll the page to enter the text into the username field? Tell me, guys, yes or no? Did I scroll? Using the JavaScript executor, did I have the reason for scrolling? No, it's not always required. It's not always required, guys. In this case, it was not required. In this case, it was not required. Due to some XYZ reasons, it may be required for you, where you have to scroll the page. Otherwise, things will not work. There may be some situations where you have to scroll the page and then perform the operation, okay? So one of such kind of cases is this one I have seen recently. We can also go to this one, right? There was one situation in let code application. I'll go to the let code application once. Let code.in. I'll go to the application once. Workspace. Not this one. Not this one. Input. Yeah. This one we may have to scroll. I would like to get the text. Let's say I would like to, sorry. So let's go with other one. Button, let's see. Here there is a button here. Click and hold the button. You can click on the button, right? You can click on the button is getting clicked or not, we'll see. Click and hold the button they are saying, but let's see. If the ad is there, you see some buttons are, and I'll not be able to click. Let's try this out, what is happening first of all. Okay, in this case, what is happening? In most of the cases, it may work, guys, okay? So in some cases, it may not work. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. I'll take another application. Instead of creating a separate file, I'm doing here on driver.manage.window.maximize window.maximize, then driver.get command, give the application URL where the button is available. So what is happening here on the page is once the page is loaded, right? Once the page is loaded, it is happening like this. Page is getting loaded, ad is coming because of the ad, right? The button is getting hidden. And here, if I try to inspect this particular button and try to click on the button, what is happening? Let's see. I would like to inspect on that particular button and say ID is there. Okay, is disable button hold. Why they are saying is in, okay. Copy this. Driver.find element by driver.find element by .id. Provide the ID locator. Okay, button element. I would like to click on the button element, create local variable. Button element dot click. Run the code, right click run as Java application and see what is happening. Will it click or not? Will it scroll and click on that particular button or not? We'll see, or what is happening. If it is not able to scroll and click, then is it giving an exception in the output? We have to see that, guys. Not always scrolling will be possible by default. Not always scrolling will be possible by default. Let's wait. The page loaded. Scrolling is not happened automatically here. You see, scrolling is not happened automatically. So to see whether the button has been clicked or not, you can see that clearly an exception came. What is the exception we got, guys? What is the exception we got? Element click intercepted exception you got. In this case, we have to scroll explicitly and click on the button, guys. We have to scroll here. How to scroll the page? Till that element is visible, we can scroll the page. That is one way. How to scroll the page till this particular button is visible? Here I'll write down. Before clicking, I'll write down JavaScript code. Driver. Most of the cases, scrolling is not required. You see, in this case, scrolling was not required. It was able to go to the field. But here, due to some other element coming in between or whatever the results may be, sometimes it may happen where the page will not scroll. And because of the page didn't scroll, we have to identify and sense that, okay, I need to manually scroll the page using JavaScript executor, then only it will work. Then try that way, alternate way. Okay, things are not working by default. Then you implement the JavaScript executor to scroll the page and perform the operation. JavaScript executor, JSC is equal to, over the mouse on this, say create local variable. And now write down, import this, then write down JSC.execute script, JSC.execute script of, put a semicolon here, and here write down. We have to scroll till this element, right? I'll give the element here. If you want to scroll into the element, then you have to give the element here. Here we have to write arguments of 0 dot. There is a method known as scroll into view. Okay, from JavaScript. This will scroll into this particular argument element. Okay. This is the method. You can get it from Google, guys. How to scroll into a particular, how to scroll till the element is visible. Right click run as Java application and see whether this time we are not getting that exception or not. This time it should be able to click on the button and we should not get the exception. It's very important in Java Selenium automation to run the JavaScript code to scroll the page when something is not working by default. We have to do that. Okay. Let the page load. After that, you see it has clicked on the button. And here we will not get any exception. You didn't get any exception when button has been clicked, guys. Okay. This is one way. What is the other way of clicking on this button? Instead of scrolling into the view, you can also write JSC.execute script of. Okay. You don't have to give any of this stuff. Directly run the JavaScript code. Window dot scroll to, I think so. Scroll to. I think that is another one is scroll to, I think so. Where is my notes? Where are my notes? Close all this stuff. Okay. Scroll to method only. And here we have to give the vertical and horizontal. You want to scroll horizontal. Sometimes you may have to scroll horizontally also. In that case, you have to give some number here. If you want to scroll vertically, you can give some number here. For example, 300. If I give how much 300 pixels, it will scroll, guys. Okay. It will scroll vertically down by 300. If you want to scroll up, you have to give minus 300. If you have to scroll up, you have to give minus 300, guys. For scrolling down, you have to give plus 300 here. Okay. Vertical scrolling. The second argument of that scroll to method is vertical scrolling. Positive number is a scrolling down, but negative number is scrolling up. You see, I have scrolled here, right? Not till the end of the page by 300 pixels. And you see, there is no exception coming. And you can do this. You can do this, for example, here, minus 100, I'll say, minus 100. I'll just, okay, fine. Let's run this code and see what is happening. First, it will scroll down by 300, then it will scroll up by 100. Okay, minus 100 means it will scroll up. Plus means it will scroll down. Let the page load. Scroll down. And scroll down. And scroll up. Okay, there is an exception here. Element click exception. Maybe after clicking that, we'll scroll up, guys. Here I'll give 200 only. Don't know how much it is scrolling by. Minus the red dot sleep I'll give just to see the difference. The red dot sleep. The red dot sleep. Some 2 seconds I'll give as a delay so that we cannot see whether scrolling down and scrolling up is happening or not. Ignore the exception. Run the code. Right click run as Java application. Scrolling down and scrolling up. First, it will scroll down by 200. After that, it is scroll up. You see, it has scrolled up. Okay. It's working fine, guys. It's working fine. Okay. This is how we can use a JavaScript way of scrolling the page, either till the element or till the end of the page. If you want to scroll, there is one more way. If you want to scroll till the end of the page, you have to write Java JSC.execute. People also write this kind of code, guys. They'll scroll till the end of the page by doing like this kind of stuff. That is window dot scroll to of 0, here I want to get the height of the page. How to get the height of the page in JavaScript? Let's find out how to find the entire height of the page using JavaScript. Let's find out. JavaScript finding height of the page. Height of the page. Document.body. Something will be there. Height of the page. Document.body. Something will be there. Let's find it out. Document.scroll height. Document element scroll height or document.body scroll height. Many things can be used, guys. Document.body scroll height or document element scroll height. Here are some ways to find the height. Document element, document.body of offset height. window dot inner height. Many ways are there, but we'll go with one of the way. I think first one is better, document dot document element dot scroll height. Okay, let's try this out. Here you put that in place of that vertical height you provide, instead of giving 200 or something, right? Give this one. Okay. Now run this code and see whether it is scrolling to the end of the page or not. Complete end of the page it will scroll, guys. Okay. In this case, it will scroll till the complete end of the page. That is the height of the page. Multiple ways of scrolling the page are available. So this is all the knowledge you need to get for scrolling the page. First, it will scroll to the end of the page. After that, -100, it will scroll up by -100. Okay. Fine, done. So this is how we can scroll till the end of the page using document dot document element dot scroll height. Okay. Fine. So we are done with that also. What's the next one? I think capturing the entire text of the page, inner text. There's something like inner HTML, we have inner text kind of stuff. Somewhere we have seen inner HTML, right? Similarly, we have inner HTML. Inner text also is there. All the text that is there on the page will be thing, and we can convert that into toString, and then we can get the thing. So it's very simple things, guys. That doesn't take much time. These are two more elements available. Okay, all these things I covered. Works even if the elements are disabled on the page. Only things required is to available on the page to do the operations. I think we are almost done, guys. Just give me a second. So very simple additional stuffs are there. We'll cover this. Sorry. Create, get entire text on the page. Okay. Class, get entire text on page. Demo with main method I'll create. Here I'll write down Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get your application URL for the page you want to get the entire text for. For example, I would like to go to this page. One of the article I'll go tutorials, blogs, mobile testing guide is very big actually. 170 plus software testing types I'll go, and I would like to get the entire text here. Okay, from this page, copy this URL and paste that here and paste it here and write down driver. Using JavaScript executor, we are going to get the entire text on the page. JavaScript executor. JSC is equal to over the mouse on this and create local variable and write down Control Shift O and write down JSC dot execute script of. I would like to get the entire text of the page. How to get the entire text of the page? Inner text. We have to say inner text. Okay. So how to get the inner text basically? For that, we have this code to be written. We have to use return document document element document element means body only. On the body inner text. Okay. We can do the same thing here. Write the HTML JavaScript code. Document element. So here, if you go to the browser here and go to one of the application and you go to the console here, right? Either you can write something like this. Okay. Document get elements by tag name of body center. What is coming? It's not coming HTML. I think it should be HTML actually. Okay. Should be HTML actually. Of 0 you give. Okay. Why it's not coming? Okay. There is a mistake there. Sorry. Tag name. Okay. Press enter, you see. So when I say document get elements by tag name, what I'm getting? Of HTML of 0, I'm getting the HTML. Entire HTML I'm getting. Similarly, you can write like this. Document element. Document element. You can say. Press enter. See, same thing you are getting, right? This shortcut. Instead of writing like this, get elements by tag name of HTML of 0. Instead of writing, you can directly say document element. Then in the document element, you write dot inner text. Press enter, all the text that is there on the page will come. All the text that is there on the page will come. That's what I'm trying to do here. So document dot inner text. This is the DOM statement, guys. Inner text, and that I have to return it. Okay. And as we can also use .toString method or typecast here, whatever it is required. String text on page. Text on page is equal to, and run the code. System.out.println text on page. Text on page. Run the code here, right? And quit the browser also. So otherwise we'll not know when the script is completed or not. And run this code and see whether from this 170 plus after testing types, what type of text we'll get in the output. We'll see that we are printing that particular text in the output. Let's run the script and see what is happening. I've run the script. The browser has launched, maximized, open the application page URL, and should get the entire text of the page. You see, the entire text on the page got retrieved and printed in the output console, guys. Okay, using JavaScript, we can do that. Entire text is retrieved and printed on the application. Okay, done. Next. So we were able to use the inner text. These are all additional stuff, guys. We generally don't need, but we can compare this. Okay, if a particular text is there on the page, that kind of automation we can do. And the next one is capture the entire text is done, and JavaScript is exception. JavaScript exception. If you do any mistake in the JavaScript code, you will get an exception, guys. You will get an exception. Don't provide in arguments of 0 or something. I'll show you one example of where you will get an exception. Some JavaScript exception you will get. This kind of JavaScript exception. When you will get the JavaScript exception, I am going to show you. Right click here, new class. I'll say JavaScript exception demo. Exception demo. It is very simple to write the script. Just give me a second. I'll write the script. Intentionally, I'll get the exception here. Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is called new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then write down driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get. Give the application, any application URL you give. That's okay. Any application URL you can give, guys. omai.blogspot.com I'll give. I'll take one of the element and driver dot find elements. Find element by dot ID. TA1 text area feed ID. TA1. Put a semicolon here. Text area field is equal to, over the mouse on this and say create local variable, and here simply write down text area field dot. So instead of doing any operation here, I'll run the JavaScript code. Intentionally, I'll give some mistake in the JavaScript code. I'll take the driver here and JavaScript executor. I have to write JavaScript executor. Okay, and after that I'll write JSE is equal to, and here I'll write JavaScript executor. Okay, and write down here Control Shift O, and similarly here I have to copy paste this one. It will work. JSE dot execute script. JSE dot execute script. And here I'll write down. Here I'll create the text area field as a web element here in the arguments, and here I'll write down the actual code. Okay, you'll not get any mistake here. Arguments of 0 dot value is equal to. I'll change some value here. In double quotes, I have to write here. You have to enter double quotes here. And here give in single quotes. Let me give my name Arun. Okay, run the code here. Right click, run as a Java application and see. It will work, guys. You see, it has entered my name into the text area field. What if I do a syntax mistake here? I forgot to close this square bracket. In this case, what will happen? There's some problem with the JavaScript code. In this case, you are going to get the JavaScript exception, guys. Okay. If you do any mistake in the JavaScript code that you are passing to the execute script command, in the output you are going to get, instead of getting the task done, you will get the JavaScript exception displayed in the output console. So the task will not be completed, and instead you will get the exception. You will not see my name being typed into the text area field. You see, my name has not been typed into the text area field. Rather, you got an exception in the output. That is nothing but the JavaScript exception will get in the output. Okay, this is an example for JavaScript exception, nothing much. And what else is there left out? Almost we are at the end, guys. Nothing is there. So let's typecasting we have to typecast the WebDriver instance that we are doing to use the JavaScript executor. I'll explain more about this in the Selenium WebDriver hierarchy. Maybe I'll take this topic in the evening hours. Okay, 5:30 p.m. We'll do that. Okay. So then next thing is advantages of using JavaScript executor over WebDriver commands. Okay. Sometimes WebDriver methods won't work, or there are no such kind of methods for performing the operations in Selenium WebDriver automation. In that case, we have to go with the JavaScript executor, guys. And compared to the Selenium WebDriver methods, JavaScript executor way of running the script is very faster. Okay, it's kind of faster, but we should not be using that. We initially have to use, even though it's faster, and these are the advantages. If we have the predefined methods of Selenium WebDriver, we can use them first. Later, we have to go for the JavaScript only. Okay. If in case the methods are not working of Selenium WebDriver, or some methods doesn't exist in Selenium WebDriver, then we have to use a JavaScript code for performing such kind of operations. What are the disadvantages? It works even if the elements are disabled on the page. Only thing required is to be available on the page to do the operations. Okay. For example, there is a particular field here. Guys, this particular field is in selected state or not selected state. This particular field is in, or we can go with another one. Otherwise, the disabled text box field. Okay, disabled text box field is there. Is this particular field is in disabled state or enabled state? Tell me. Is this particular field is in disabled or enabled state? Tell me. Disabled state. Can we enter the text here using send keys command? Can we enter the text of Selenium WebDriver send keys command? Can we enter the text into the disabled text box field? No, right? But I'll try that. I'll try to do that. Entering text into disabled field, let's say demo. One of the example where JavaScript is should not be used. Okay, it can interact with elements at that level, so we should not be using like that. So because that is a wrong way of doing the stuff, right? Misutilization. Okay, you have the power, but if you are using it properly, that's good. If you are using the power in a wrong way, that's the problem. JavaScript has that power of interacting with elements at a different level. Okay, but that power should be utilized in a proper way during the automation script. We should not be utilizing that in a wrong way. Okay, so go to this application, and here this is the last one, guys. This is the last one. Just be with me. Inspect this text box field, disable text box field. ID TB2 is there. Copy this ID and write down here private dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator. Put a semicolon here. Disable text field. Disable text field is equal to, okay, disable text field is equal to, create the web element for that, and simply write down disable text field dot send keys. Here I'll write Arun Motori here. Let's see whether it is typing my name. Selenium WebDriver command is typing my name. If the text box field is in disabled state, what is happening, we'll see first. What is happening, we'll see first. Is it able to enter the text into the disabled text field? Let's see. Okay, let's go here and see. Let's go to the disabled text box field. Nothing has been entered. Instead, we got an exception here. Element not interactable exception you got. What if I try this with JavaScript executor driver, JavaScript executor JSC is equal to Control Shift O, then write down JSC dot execute script, and here I'll pass disable text field, put a semicolon here, and here write down arguments of 0 dot value is equal to, okay, I'll give the same value or motoring value here. Okay, let's see whether this will work or not. So the disable text box field is able to type the text or not. You see, to the disabled text box fields also, we should be able to type the text using JavaScript executor, but that's not a correct approach. These are disadvantage of the JavaScript executor. If you are using the JavaScript executor with a wrong purpose, it will do this kind of stuff. Okay, to some extent only we have to use it, and we have to depend on the Selenium WebDriver commands most of the cases. And only in very, very less cases, you just go down here. You see, into the disabled text box field, it is able to type my name. You see how crazy it is, okay? This is a problem with the JavaScript executor. This is a disadvantage of the JavaScript executor. Whatever the things that cannot be done by the user from real time, that can be done by JavaScript executor. That's the only problem, okay? So you have to use it in a proper way whenever needed, okay? So with this, guys, we are done with the JavaScript executor. Okay, all the things about JavaScript executor I covered. It's a detailed session, I know. So we are done. We will be able to use JavaScript executor to the advanced level going ahead because you have the idea about the JavaScript executor now. Is it clear for everyone? Guys, any doubts from this session? Is it clear how to use the JavaScript executor to the full extent is clear? I did a lot of R&D and this is not easy for you guys. On the internet, all these things will be in bits and pieces kind of stuff, okay? I've put it together to help you guys learn the JavaScript executor in a simplest way, in a single place, from a single place, okay? I'll give you these notes. Shorten URL online. I'll give you these notes. Short url.at. Copy this and paste the notes. In the Zoom chat, I pasted. Also in the WhatsApp group, I'll paste it. Next session will be today at 5:30 p.m. IST. We'll continue with the remaining portions of Selenium. That Selenium WebDriver hierarchy will be there. I'll post in the WhatsApp group. WebDriver hierarchy will take in the next session, guys. Okay. The next session I'll take WebDriver hierarchy. Okay, so session will start now. You can join. Okay. These are the notes. Okay. I'll also upload the code to the GitHub repo. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can let me know, guys. If you have any questions, meanwhile, you can let me know. I'm uploading the code to the GitHub repo. Clear, fine. So in depth, I covered the JavaScript executor, guys. Okay. So at a high level also, if you know, that is enough. But in depth, I covered. So if you have the in-depth knowledge, right, your confidence will rise like anything. Okay. Here, folks, local repos, Selenium batch 1, project control V. GitHub link also I'll post in the WhatsApp group. You can take it from there for now. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Done, guys. That's all from my side. So share you the URL. Share the notes. Share the URL here. Selenium batch 1 project. Source it as Java. Okay. JavaScript executor. JavaScript executor demo. All the things. You see, many examples I have taken. You practice all the things. Here I'll post it. Done. That's all, guys. That's all from my side. We are done. Yeah, welcome everyone. See you at 5:30 p.m. IST, where I'll continue with the next portion of Selenium WebDriver. So connect at 5:30 p.m. Okay, we will also have a kind of session there, 1 or 2 sessions, to go to the next level. Okay, soonly we'll go to the framework, guys. Okay, once this is done, right, we can start the frameworks. Okay, that's the plan. So let's see. That's the reason we are completing the things on time on weekends. All these are additional stuff, guys. You don't have to learn in depth. Okay, that's why I'm taking on weekends and trying to complete as soon as possible. On the this week, at least if you are able to complete by the end of this week, if you are able to complete the Selenium automation stuff, right? Or at least by the Sunday, right? Then we can start with the framework part. Okay, that's the plan. We'll try our level best. Let's see how it goes. Okay, fine, guys. That's all for today. See you then. Bye, everyone.